Welcome back to Laugh While the World Burns, where every Sunday we go over a few highlights of the idiocracy that is modern day society. Please consider hitting that like button, and if you haven't already, smash subscribe and click that bell so you'll be the first to know about new episodes. I think we got some good memes and a lot of idiocracy news today, so let's get into it. Schools are removing analog clocks from exam halls as teenagers cannot tell time. That's right, guys. Kids these days only know how to read a digital clock. So analog clocks are going the way of cursive and stick-shift vehicles. Beer can artwork accidentally thrown in the bin by staff member at Dutch Museum. A mechanic working at the LAM Museum assumed the artwork entitled "All the Good Times We Spent Together" was rubbish. Well, he wasn't wrong. He just put it where it needed to go. Single, taken, fighting the New World Order with memes, sarcasm, and common sense. That might make a pretty good t-shirt. What do you guys think? Also, are there any t-shirt designs that you guys would like to see? Let me know down in the comments or drop me an email. akornzstash@gmail.com. That link's also down below in the video description.
Point it out, point it out.
Let's erect a memorial to all the Americans unalived by illegals. Make it 2,000 miles long and 30 feet tall, and put it on the southern border. Medical exam reveals Algerian Olympic boxer Imane Khalif has an XY chromosomes. That medical examiner must be among the world's top scientists to be able to figure that one out. If they will raid a house for a squirrel, they're sure as gonna come after you. Oh great, I left it at home. Is this why they banned Mr. Potato Head? This baby hippo predicts Donald Trump will win U.S. election. The famous baby hippo was presented with separate cakes featuring both candidates' names, ultimately choosing to eat the Trump cake. Influencers drowned during yacht party after refusing to wear life jackets because they would ruin their selfies and tans, police say. Two trans pool players meet in the semifinals of the Women's Ultimate Pool miniseries. More than 5 eggs per week can be dangerous for health, says Maggie Block, the Minister of Health. I think we need to find somebody else to listen to. Ex-mortgage CEO sentenced to prison for $3 billion of fraud. The CEO of what had been one of the nation's largest privately held mortgage lenders was sentenced Tuesday to more than 3 years in prison for his role in a $3 billion scheme that officials called one of the biggest corporate frauds in U.S. history. The 40-month sentence for Paul Allen is slightly less than the 6-year term sought by federal prosecutors. Homeless man gets 15 years for stealing $100. A homeless man robbed Louisiana Bank and took a $100 bill. After feeling remorseful, he surrendered to police the next day. The judge sentenced him to 15 years in prison. This is today's equality. The difference between human and animals animals would never allow the dumbest of the herd to lead them. 2025 arriving in 2 months. Me not being able to process time normally after the... Yeah, that's right, guys. This year is almost gone. Only got like 50 days left, I think. Forced trainer. Boy quickly returns to normal after removal from mother's care. White men in 1919 give women the right to vote. White women in 2019 abolish white men. Cat litter enabling cat ladies since 1947. Nothing wrong with women that like cats, but it's the Karens is the ones that draw the attention. It's okay to feel despair at Trump's victory. The important thing is not to give up. University of Oregon employee on leave after telling Trump supporters to jump off a bridge in Instagram video. At some point in the near future, in my opinion, there's going to be a lot of people that wish they had at least something like this. If Iron Man was black, who would you cast as Tony Stark? Robert Downey Jr. Racist rock removed from University of Wisconsin, Madison campus. The University of Wisconsin has removed a 70-ton boulder from its campus after complaints by minority students that it is a symbol of racism. That's right, guys. It's not just statues anymore. Just rocks are now racist. Yeah, well, my memes and posts are being fact-checked by men that think that they can breastfeed. With that said, I might need to remove this one from the video. People don't realize how hard it is to speak the truth to a world full of people that don't realize they're living a lie. This is very true, even when you're just talking to an individual. Pelosi says farmers need illegal immigrants to pick the crops in Florida. Elon Musk is giving $100 million to anyone who can find a way to pull carbon dioxide directly from the atmosphere or oceans and sequester it durably and sustainably. Personally, I think $100 million is a bargain. This is a tree. This is what trees do. Yeah, but don't forget, they had to cut down those millions of acres of trees in order to build solar panel farms. Bond in 1997. Bond in 2021. If Trump becomes president again in 2024, it'll be the final unaliving blow to what remains of the global order. I'm already voting for him. You don't have to sell me. Women see themselves as perpetually oppressed because they only compare themselves to high-status men and don't even see low-status men as human. I think this is true for many today. So you're an evolutionist. Okay, smarty pants. Which human species is more evolved? Don't worry, I can wait. How did you fix that horrible, annoying noise my car was making? We simply replaced your Taylor Swift CD with Van Halen. Gas and diesel is a fossil fuel made from dead animals. Therefore, vegans cannot drive. Pelosi blames Biden for election loss as finger-pointing intensifies. How many of you guys know that this is her 20th term in the House of Representatives? Watching The View the morning after the 2024 election, realizing the gaslighting doesn't trigger me anymore. That show was one of the biggest jokes I've ever seen on TV. I'm not even gonna bother reading this. Every recent movie on Netflix. White man is the villain. Black man is the hero. Gay guy is the voice of reason. Woman has the balls. Dad is an idiot. Mom is the breadwinner. And children are supervised. Netflix is social engineering, not entertainment. That goes for the vast majority of everything that comes out of Hollywood. Are you sure that these will make it easier to attack sunlight? Pretending to be Indian. Pretending not to be Indian. Government. If you think the problems we create are bad, just wait until you see our solutions. 100%. The largest supervolcano on the planet has awakened. This is the one chance to drill into it and harness its energy. Yeah, that's the first thing we should do. Drill down into an active volcano. Find the person. Can't find them? That's because they live among us, looking like normal people. American liberals lose their minds over Trump's victory. MSNBC's Joy Reid calls Florida fascist, and CNN host on brink of tears. I miss the old-time stars. You know, the ones who wore clothes and had talent. Classes canceled at Harvard, Penn, and Columbia over Trump win. Google uses you a lot more than you use Google. I'm 100% certain that this is true. I live in constant fear that Trump will deport my Latina mother-in-law, who lives at 1837 3rd Street, LA 90223, Blue House. She gets off work at 6. When life gives you lemons, make lemon water. No one said anything about sugar. Finally, a little good news. Toyota will no longer sponsor LGBTQ+ parades or enforce DEI policies. Should have never done it in the first place. Man legally changes his gender to identify as a woman so he can retire 5 years earlier in Argentina. I feel like crimes should be legal if they are funny. Man steals $122 million from Facebook and Google by simply sending them random bills, which they paid. It's their fault for paying them. Why did humans stop building wonders? We didn't. Whoopi Goldberg seen boarding a waiting iceberg and leaving the U.S. This is the second time she's done this, isn't it? Threatened that she's going to leave the U.S. if Trump was made president. You guys can just read this one. But I will say that this generation is in the shape that it's in because they never got any correction. The B in LGBTQ means there are only two genders. I didn't mean to push all of your buttons. I was just looking for mute. Too bad that some people don't have a mute button. Canada offered assisted unaliving to a Paralympian veteran who wanted a wheelchair lift installed. This is actually true. I've seen the news article. Teflon Don made the elites sleep with the fishes. I just had to include this one because of the title. That's one of those types of sentences that you would just never expect to say. Trans soccer team plays first men's match. Loses 19-0. The DNA test results are in for these people. If con is the opposite of pro, and pro is positive, then what is the opposite of progress? Yes, we all know it's Congress. Hertz fires back at manager who charged customer $10,000 for 25,000 miles on unlimited mileage contract. I read part of this story, and basically, this guy rented a car with unlimited mileage. And in 1 month's time, he put 25,000 miles on the car. Now, how a person does that in only a month's time is beyond me. I don't even want to drive half that much during an entire year. I'm watching a new TV show, praying it don't go woke. First season. Second season. A kidney goes for $262,000, and a person can healthily live on one kidney. So, my friends, poverty is a choice. Well, there's two things here. One, $262,000 these days with inflation really isn't that much money, especially when it concerns, number two, your kidney. A person might be able to survive on one kidney, but you sure as heck better hope that you never have any problems with that kidney. Otherwise, you're gonna need a donor. Samsung's new fridge will ping your phone if you leave the door open. Why doesn't it just close the door itself if it's so smart? Yes, that is a good question. You would think after all these decades that even on the pre-internet connected refrigerators that they would have figured out some way to completely close the door when it don't quite get shut all the way. It doesn't seem like that would have been that difficult of a problem. But she's not a guy. His DNA says you're wrong. And you just read that in House's voice. Companies are getting rid of drug tests because they can't find enough workers. Congratulations to drugs for winning the war on drugs. Well, for one thing, cannabis should have never been illegal in the first place, but they had to exterminate it from the wild because of its many medicinal properties. And for the people who think that its medicinal qualities don't matter, or that you should only be able to use it if you have a prescription for it from a doctor, just put aside a moment for all of its many medicinal properties. But if it only done two things, was help a person relax and de-stress from the day, and or help a person sleep. Even if it was only one of these things, it is greatly beneficial for many people, especially with how stressful it is in these days and times. And now, even though many states has made it quote-unquote legal, that is only under heavy regulations and heavy taxation, because you're forced to buy from the dispensaries. Like here in Missouri, it's been made legal even for recreational use, and you can go to any dispensary and buy what you want. However, if you want to raise your own plants, you have to pay the state $250 to get a 1-year license. And you can only have 3 adult plants and 3 younger plants at one time, on top of many other regulations. And I'll end the episode with this. A high degree of intellect tends to make a man unsocial. I have to say, I think that's probably true. Please consider hitting that like button and sharing this video with your family, friends, and social media. If you want to help support the channel more, please watch one of these above or any other videos on the channel. I thank you all for watching. You guys take care and stay safe. This is Akorn, over and out.